Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Coffee and I am back with game number 2 between our blue Terran player Sjow, spawning here in the right-hand side of Shattered Temple, versus MYMXLord. That is just fun to say. MYMX. I don't know actually what that stands for. MYMXLord, who is our red Zerg player, spawning here on the left side, so cross positions here on Shattered Temple. I did get a chance to look up these two players between the games here. And keep in mind, we are only a little ways into Season 5. It's only been out for a couple of weeks now. Both of these players are from the EU. Lord is in Masters League. He is ranked 21 in his region. So in the European region, he is the 21st best Masters player. And in the world, he is the 80th best Masters player. 80th best Masters players. That's hard. I don't know why. That just stumbled over my words there. So he is pretty dang good. He has 74 wins, 58 losses, which is a 56% win ratio. Sjow, on the other hand, is the first best Masters player in his region. He is once again Masters League, not Grandmasters, and number 5 in the world. So he is an extraordinarily good Terran player. And on his ladder, he is at 114 wins, 48 losses. That is a 70% win ratio. One thing to keep in mind, though, is that a lot of these players do play a lot of custom games. For instance, this was probably a series of custom games that they just played against each other to practice. A lot of players will have their practice buddies, their practice partners who will help them out. So, put down my water here so I stop taking awkward pauses. So that is what these two players are. As you have noticed, we did not have, Sjow did not go for any sort of greedy fast expand again in this game. However, our Zerg player did. Lord did indeed, once again, go for that 16 hatch and I believe a 16 pool as well. So going for, once again, quite a greedy build. I would not expect to see another Roach Bust out of him, though, as Roach Bust very good for punishing early expands, which there is none in this case. Reactor going down on this first barracks, so it looks like we will be seeing a Marine expand. This SCV does look to be in place for that. Indeed, gathering his minerals, walking over here, and he will be ready to throw that down in a moment's notice. This reactor, this refinery is up now, and what a lot of players will do, just have a refinery or two. If you're not mining from a refinery, they'll have it in place still, so that if they see something coming, they can go, oh crap, there's 50 roaches on the way, it's the 4-minute mark of the game, I should probably get a tech lab and some marauders out. And so then they can suddenly just throw a bunch of SCVs into gas, get that gas as fast as they can, and be ready to go very, very quickly. So that's one thing that you guys can do out there as well, is just have if you're not fully mining from all of these Vespian geysers, just have one ready to be mined from if you're a little unsure what your opponent is doing. If you know what they're doing and you're not worried about it, don't worry about having that extra geyser. That is just a precautionary measure. 4 Zerglings coming out across the field, and indeed we did not see any sort of fast Roach Warren in this game. Metabolic Boost instead is on the way. Faster Zergling speed to gain map control. This Zergling isn't even going to see the expansion, I don't think. Let's see here. No, indeed, he does not see the expansion. That was Lord's view in that case. We do have a spine crawler going down at the front. This could, yeah, that's actually a pretty good placement. The reason this is placed here and not, right by the ramp or all the way up here, like somewhere all the way back in the middle line, whatever. The reason it's placed right here and now moving up, I suppose, is to stop Hellions from getting the complete run by unopposed into the base. There is a queen on the ramp that can be told to hold position right there to stop Hellions from getting in. And what a lot of Zerg players will also do is put an evolution chamber right here, and that'll just delay the Hellions. They have to come. They can't just come and sneak around the side. They have to come in, go straight through that spine crawler, and straight through these queens and around. Few Zerglings on the field now in the middle there. We are seeing a little bit of an engagement there. These Marines will, yes indeed, get cleaned up. This round was given to the Zerglings. Those were not microed whatsoever. And that's one thing that Sjow was known for back in the early days, was his impeccable micro. I mean, we're talking about days before MVP, MMA, and the like. So he was known for his micro all the way back then. The Zerglings actually are given a free ticket into the main base, so they're going to get a full scout off and see everything that is going on. They're going to see that there is only one gas taken. that tells them that there is no huge tech play. They're seeing this third command center made, which isn't too big of a deal, which I will get to that in just a second. But they are seeing absolutely everything. They see there's no really high tech. They see the reactor factory. They know what is up. Now, the reason I say it's not a big deal that Lord saw this third command center, this is going to be used solely to create SCVs and mules for a little while. When Sjow is ready, then he can lift it off and place it in his third base. But actually, I don't know if he notices this. The SCV that was creating this command center was killed. It is not being completed right now, and it looks like he has now seen that. But that third command center got delayed quite a bit. Once again, just to create SCVs and mules until he wants to take a third base, and that just helps him stay up with the economy of a Zerg player who just wants to go crazy heavy macro. Now, Lord in the last game we saw is not opposed at all to just doing some sort of 2-base strategy for a little while before working up onto 3. We do have quite a few roaches out on the field right now. These will probably just be used to repel these Hellions. But I don't know, there are quite a few roaches. These could actually be used to attack, as we did have more roaches created, yes. So I assume, it looks like we're going to be seeing a bit of an attack coming out of Lord here. And there's only one barracks with the tech lab on it, so only one barracks is capable of making Marauder, and that is still making a Marine. So it looks like a lot of SCVs are coming up to mass repair on this bunker. However, these roaches can do whatever they want. In fact, what they want to do is move up into the main base, but they're just going to be able to kill this reactor. Lifting these supply depots does not do too much, and I don't know if Sjow is going to have quite enough to repel this, as once again, all these roaches in his main base are going to be very, very difficult to push back. Now, target firing down this tech lab really needs to cancel this stim upgrade, and no cancel was done on that stim, so he just lost all those resources. A lot of Marines being produced right now, but I really feel like a single Marauder could have really helped make a difference in this battle. And now more Zerglings and roaches flooding in. Zerglings do get a major surround on this bunker, but the SCVs did not get the surface area required to max repair that. And now he's going to be starting to lose a lot of SCVs as those are just rallied back to the mineral line and now just kind of covering the ramp to really just be annoying to stop the Zerglings from being able to get up and just completely engage all these Marines. One siege tank does get out, which is exactly what Sjow needs right now. But I don't know, he took a lot of damage in that battle, losing 18 workers to Lord Zergling and Roach Harass. And beautiful timing attack. Now this tank is a little bit out of position. That could get sniped. And indeed, the tank does get sniped. A bunker is canceled to try to save that. And it was not saved. So now, just losing on all sorts of fronts now. Sjow is really looking to be in a bad position. 72 to 40 supply. The SCVs are pulled off the line. Once again, just trying to get this bunker up for all that their life is worth. But it's not going to matter. I believe there's only, yes, indeed, one Marine left. Now the SCVs are put into battle. It's not going to quite be enough. This bunker could fall at any moment as there are really no SCVs left to mass repair. And just continuing to stream in units. Lord is doing a lot of damage to this push, and I think that he's actually even going to win the game here. And if Lord stuck to full position on the ramp, he could stop these mules from going anywhere. Indeed, he kills all of those mules and is now going for this tech lab to stop the siege tank production. One last tank does get out. It looks like we're going to have a final stand from Sjow. I really do want to commend Sjow on trying to stay in this game as long as he possibly can. Still has a few fighting units left. He's not pulling an Idra and just leaving the game, which I appreciate out of him. It really just shows the resilience of him. However, I do not think it's going to be enough, as once again, the Zerglings are in the base. Get this round over on the tanks and the Marines, which stops the tanks from focus firing the roaches, and that's going to cause a lot of damage to be done. Fourth command center, third command center, this is the one from the expansion, flying over, trying to land now, but it's not going to be enough, as once again, more roaches in the base, more Zerglings in the base, more Zerglings and roaches on the way. A very, very nice 2-base strategy, and there's a GG from Sjow in game number 2, to nobody's big surprise. That was a slaughterfest on Lord's part. I mean, once he decided to do a massive engagement, he really just committed. And what it comes down to is Sjow just didn't make any anti-armored units. And so when the roaches first pushed into his base, he had nothing to deal with that 145 health in 1 armor. Just Hellions and Marines, which is not what you want to use against something with very high health like that. Marines are not created to kill units super fast that have a high armor value. And then, really, those Zerglings just cleaned it up, able to take out a lot of SCVs. 49 workers killed by the end there. That is never a good position. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me here on the Coffee Cast. If you have not already, go to my Facebook, type in Coffee Break, and like that. That's how you'll know when I am going live Also, subscribe to this channel and comment on the videos. That is how I know that you guys are seeing things wrong, seeing things right, that I can try to keep doing. Just let me know how you guys feel about these. It really helps me out, and I appreciate your feedback so much. Until next time, guys, this is Coffee Break, signing out.